Oh, I see you too. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning. Some girls, good morning. I haven't seen your channel for a long time. It's very nice to see you this morning. Good morning, Scotty. Nice to see you, bro. Very nice. I'll be reading the chat here in a second. There, you're a moderator now, some girl. Oh, they're not coming up? Hey, how come that didn't turn you into a moderator? Huh. This is one of my best interviews. I think I'm at 20 interviews this summer, man. This is one of my best. One of the best feeling interviews. Especially doing siding and windows for, I don't mind that. They, yeah, they do it all the time. There we go. Grand Rising, Heidi. There, if everybody wants to come up and talk, it's open panel. Some girls, yeah, they. I don't know if you really noticed, but how those white clouds and stuff just all of a sudden show up. Oh, I never even noticed that.
Good morning.
Good morning. I should find out today or tomorrow if I get that job.
And you felt really positive, did it?
Yeah, it'll be a perfect timing thing because of the time of the year.
Yeah.
I did. I wussed out of doing concrete at the start of the year. I did it. Remember in April?
Oh,
It was
yes.
April, May when it first got hot. So I did April and May, and I was like, oh, I don't want to do this in the summer. So I kind of weaseled out of it, right? Especially
Well,
for
I
only
know, but
seven.
it was far too hot
Yeah,
for
especially
doing
for
what you were
17 bucks an
doing.
hour.
But how
Yeah,
much,
the
sorry?
uh it's for 17 for that other job, 17 an hour. But when you swing a 16-pound sledge cracking concrete, it doesn't
Yeah,
feel worth it, right?
that's
If I was
it.
still at my heavier days, when I was at 220, I had no problem swinging that sledge. But now that one down to 165, no way,
Yeah, it
no
gets a bit
way.
trickier.
Yeah, it's too hard in the body. I wanted to do Freedom 45, but I guess that wasn't going to happen. I'm looking at 2033 for my retirement.
Yeah.
So I got to dig deep. But
Good morning,
the best part.
Heidi.
Good morning, Heidi.
Hey guys, I was gonna let you hear something real quick, but he's not doing it now. But
Oh,
never mind. I was gonna let you listen to my
your
dog just snoring
your
over
thing
here.
is it's really low.
Okay, hold
Your
on.
volume is really low.
Volume, yeah. Oh, the mic's turned off now, I think.
Yeah. Colorblind. Good morning. Yeah, so it'll be if I did get a job, I guess I'd be doing a nighttime stream, I guess,
Well,
for a while. I do like
see,
season.
are you back?
Yep.
You went off for a little while there.
Yeah, they'll mess. They'll try to get everybody thrown off a little bit. Mess with my Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi doesn't go wrong anytime until I'm doing this, right? Or if
Yeah,
I'm on certain channels, if I jump in a chat and start um, planting seeds, I'm like,
yeah,
what do you guys think? Like in a Planet X Hunters chat room, I'm like, you guys really think that you could see a planet through this atmospheric aerosol injections if there was one really there? Just stuff like that, right?
well,
And
yeah,
then next thing you know, my Wi-Fi goes off, right? They just prove it. You know what I mean?
that's it.
There's, it's if anybody's Wi-Fi and stuff goes on at different timings, it's meant to be that way. It's electronic harassment, right?
I totally know what you're talking
Right.
about.
Yeah.
Hey, is
Yeah,
that better, you
Yeah, I
guys?
can hear you perfect
yeah,
now.
we can hear you
All
now.
right, great. Grand
I've heard
Rising.
I've heard so many people say it's so weird. Nothing ever happens to my computer, and then I'm searching for something up, and then all of a sudden it goes all backy, and I lose my pages, and everything's unclicked.
So
Are you
true.
Yeah,
not catching on yet?
deliberate.
Yeah.
So annoying. I guess I don't know. I've never been like a timeout or whatever, but I've had it to where I've been typing some facts in a chat and all of a sudden I can't see my comments and it doesn't scroll to show me the new comments. It's stuck on whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had to back in and back out and then it'll do it for a second and then it stops. And also, I don't know if this happened to you guys, but your little avatar at the bottom when you're going to type in a live chat, it
Yeah,
used to have my avatar picture there. Well, it's taken it away. It never came back. It's a smiley face like an emoji.
yeah.
Like I don't have an avatar. Did they change that on YouTube or is that happening to everybody?
No, I still have my avatar there.
Yeah, mine
Like it's
just
just in some chats. You mean?
yeah, yep. When I start
Hmm.
spitting it, when it's a truth channel, basically, I feel like, and or if I start saying certain things, so now it happens in every live chat. Like if I was to go in your chat right now and type, my avatar disappears. It's a smiley face emoji, and it's so weird. I don't even know what to tell you. And then my
Hmm.
comments, you know how your comments are at the very top if you go back to check or you need to edit or whatever?
Yeah,
I've gone back and my comments are not there. And I'm like, yo. And
Morning,
I search
Anthony.
and search and search and search and search, and it's like way down in the middle or at the bottom or something. Like it's not as accessible to me. So I started cussing YouTube. I started saying, come on, play nice. I mean, I'm always grateful.
Yeah.
I'm always very grateful to YouTube because they this is how I met you guys, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So as
yeah,
much as these devices have been meant for our harm or people are disputing them or there's changes and we disagree, I have to keep giving them props. I'm like, thanks for, they
Yeah.
put Matt in my recommendation. I was watching another video and Matt popped up, so I always give them props, I'm always like,
That's
thank
why
you, YouTube.
I like giving things how I like it. right? Treat people how I like to be treated. So
Right.
I wanted
Yeah.
something that for me, and then equal people that just need to talk, right?
Yeah.
It's not about
Yeah.
popularity, you know what I mean? It's just
That's
people
right.
need to talk,
Yeah.
and just to
I
know there's
need to
other people
talk.
like that, right? This is
Yeah.
because I'm a psychological person. I've had to deal
Mhm.
with it my whole life, like figuring out why we have coffee, cigarettes, why people even go to church.
I'm the same
It's
way. I'm like, why did
it's
they
all
call
about
the sky a sky?
control,
Who
right?
got to call a tree a tree?
Right.
Who?
Somebody just
And I
made
would
that
ask
shit
these
up.
questions and just be like, "Shoo," or I don't know, or some people might tune into it a little bit, but I'd be like, who called this butter and then called that a butterfly? I don't.
Right.
We
Yeah.
eat butter and then a butterflies. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
but I've
Somebody
always
made the words
questioned
up.
everything.
These words weren't. They're all
That's
made
the
up. That's
thing.
why
They're all
Tony and I
made up.
dropped the books.
And they
Anthony, I
try to
mean,
put you under the illusion and delusion that it was, Jesus.
they put us in the fairy tale land,
Uh-huh.
and then they make us feel we need stuff,
And then we
and then
go,
in fairy tale
oh,
land, we don't really have control when we're in fairy tale land. So what we
right.
do is that's why we take up cigarettes, even church, to feel like we're controlling something in our life
Yeah.
Mm.
instead of going with the flow. That's where even clothes, you have to have Nike shoes instead of this. That's a control to make you feel like you're above yourself and that you
That's
always have
right.
control, right?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you're
How
supposed to
about
let go. You're supposed to let go,
how about when I used to go
not
to
worry, because you're
church?
gonna want these things naturally,
When I
without
used to go, sorry, Matt. I'm a talker too, so I get on here. I'm going to talk to you.
There's nothing
Um,
wrong with that.
How about I used to go in church and full on get asthma attack. Like I couldn't breathe. Like he'd start talking about certain stuff, and being a child, we didn't know what it was. I wasn't a smoker. I wasn't a smoker then. And we'd go in the bathroom. My mom would tell me, "You just need to calm down. Just slow down." I would be like, "Ew, that statue is creepy. That's disrespectful, Heidi." I'd be
mm-hmm,
like, "Oh my gosh, why is that picture? Look," because I've told you guys, born and raised Catholic school, whole 9 yards. So
Yeah.
I was not allowed to do that stuff. Well, as I got older and was doing my own thing, and I would go to different churches, we would make excuses like, "Oh, it's just an old church. Maybe it has some old mildew that I'm allergic to," because I was forming all of these allergies. And I started saying, what or who am I allergic to? Kind of
mm-hmm.
thing.
Yeah.
Like, what? I would get literal allergy outbreak, if I was around certain people that stressed me out. I'm not kidding you. I would go in these churches and go, literally have to catch my breath, get my little puffer that I was prescribed at the time. Thank goodness I don't have to use all that stuff now. But yeah, it's like something was telling me, get out, get out. Something's trying to get you. I don't know. It's so crazy when I think about it. I
I
forget
mean,
the
churches
original.
can be intimidating places
Well,
when
yeah,
you're
and you're a
young.
kid, and there's all these giant things on the wall, and we always went to fancy church. Like our church was really big, and they had, an angel stabbing a child. No, I don't know, just something
Yeah.
just bizarre.
There's
And I'd
some
be like,
really
Mm-hmm.
crazy
oh,
stuff.
yeah. And that was supposed to be okay. And I'd be like, oh, I knew back then, but I was told to hush. I was disrespectful if I questioned these things. And, that's not the original reason I got on here. I forgot. Oh, no, I remember. I'm sorry, you
Okay,
guys.
some girls.
Um, Let me ask you guys a question now. And I'm not trying to scare myself, but I just need to know because both of you have dealt with the diabetes thing. And my half brother has it, and he has a lot of heart problems. I've been getting a burning in the top of my feet, the top of my feet. I don't know if you guys remember me saying that. It's a, it's a, it's underneath the skin. It's not a muscle. It's just
Oh,
like
like an itchy burn?
not itchy, not itching,
Like
but burning,
like you gotta
burning.
kind of you gotta rub it with your foot?
Like I
Like
need to get
rub
it
your foot
out.
up
Like
and
if
down
you,
it.
like if you had a Charlie horse, but not like a cramp, but a burning, little burning, like I wore shoes that bothered my feet and made like a I hate to use that word, but that's all I know how to
Hmm.
call it. Like when you rub
Yeah.
your skin. Is that anything related to any? Does anybody here know anything about burning top of my feet on? It would be like on the outer part of my ankle, the top of where my feet start, on both of my feet. It alternates, and I notice it a lot when I'm in bed at night. If I wake up to go
Yeah.
tinkle, or when I get up in the morning and my feet, I start to get going, kind of thing. I kind of gotta like move them around, like I gotta get the juice in there. It's like a burning. I don't know. I don't know if it's in my. I don't think it's in my blood or anything. I don't know what that is. And then, I've heard all this stuff about people's feet and pain and all this stuff with the diabetes. And I don't eat a lot of sugar. I don't even put sugar in my coffee, but anymore. I used to. But like I said, my half brother that's closest to my age, he goes through a lot, you guys.
A restless leg syndrome and stuff.
Yeah, he has every just so much stuff going on. It's just and I try to tell him, and
What?
he just is taking another pill for this and taking another pill for that. They've given him his death sentence. He's got this calcified and hardening area on his heart now. They basically told him he's
Right.
got a couple more years to live if he doesn't lose weight. And I've always been the thin
Click it.
one.
I did.
My half brothers and sisters and my older brother, my full blooded brother, they can pack it on. Excuse me so much. I don't know what happened. I think Matt went away. I talked too much.
No,
Talking too
you
much.
don't. It's all right.
Oh, there
The
you
thing
are,
about
Scotty.
the thing about your feet is that
Yeah.
sometimes with diabetes, I don't have much sensation in my feet. And
Okay.
that's just with a neuropathy.
My
And
mom has neuropathy. It's like they all of a sudden go away, the feeling, and you could fall down or trip.
yeah, there's
That's from
places on my foot.
chemotherapy. Okay.
Places on my foot I can touch, and it feels like I'm touching someone else's foot. It's
Yes.
Awaken
weird.
world.
Yes.
And
I've
then
had.
go on.
Go ahead. But no, you go, Scotty.
No,
I'm
no.
sorry.
And sometimes I'll get an itch on my foot that
Okay.
I just cannot scratch. It's a little bit like phantom. When they talk about phantom limb syndrome and things like that.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a little bit like that. It's just trying to find an itch that
You
you
can't
cannot
itch.
scratch.
That's
Yeah,
annoying. That's really annoying. Thank you for that symptom. Thank you.
but no, but what goes on with like a burning sensation, I couldn't say for sure if it was anything to do with diabetes or anything like that.
No,
So
I'm not even calling anything, manifesting anything. I just was wondering if you guys or anybody that's in the chat, instead of me trying to type it all out, has experienced anything like this, might have an idea what it is, know anybody that has. Now, I have had major Charlie horses throughout my my adult life. I'm talking Charlie horses that I have in both legs, both feet. I'm trying to move my body out of the bed, having to jump on the floor, even though I might fall down to move around, get it going, kind of thing. So
Yeah.
it's not like a Charlie horse. It's just I'm here and I feel like if you had a sunburn underneath the skin, that's what it kind of reminds me of.
right.
Have you put a
Strange that you're saying that because I know the symptoms. I have them all
Oh,
the time.
Tony. Oh, hi,
Yeah.
Tony. What you doing?
I have the symptoms all the
Morning,
time.
Tony.
I can explain them very simply.
I would love to hear this. Thank you.
Ground
Thank you,
yourself a
Source.
little more. Listen, ground yourself a little more.
I
Mindset
do.
without thought.
Okay.
Just mindset
Okay.
without thought. The set of mindset is what I'm saying is keeping things in between the lines with a neutralization
Yeah.
of all. Without
It's funny
making
you're
it
saying
red.
this because it started happening again when I found out about my dad.
Yes, this
And
is
when
what
we
you
were,
need
but
to do.
since we've been waiting on the results, now I do ground. I go outside. I get in the yard. I scoop the. I know this sounds gross to people, but I hopefully don't step on it. I scoop the dog poop barefoot. I walk around the yard with them. I kick off my flip flops. I'm not a big shoe wearer. I know you can ground on certain concrete, not asphalt. We are fortunate to have the concrete that doesn't have all those little fibers and materials in it. But yeah, do you know what it's from? What am I lacking a mineral, a vitamin? Is there something that I'm lacking
If you're
that I
walking
can?
on the cement, that's a no-no because you're walking on their frequencies. You need to walk in the
I
frequency
have
of the world, not the
I
world.
have
The
a
world. You
beautiful
see?
big backyard, but we got a screened in porch, and that's all concrete, and I'm just a barefoot kind of chick.
I know, Heidi, but check this out.
What
Um,
am I going to do? Put the rubber soles on that they give us to divide me from
what's more,
the
the
ground?
mindset along with it. The mind has a part to do with the ground. Without the two connecting, you see, the mindset has to be balanced with the grounds. It's the ground, the neutral, the two hots. You see, the alternating current. And until something else is introduced, it is alternating current. It's the natural part of selection. Okay. When you're sitting, you get a little sweat on your feet. You're grounding. Sometimes those frequencies can burn the upper parts of the underlining of the skin because you're resistant. Your stressfulness, your resistor is raising
Okay,
itself, lowering itself, so
I'm
it will
throwing
cause
that back
a
out there.
resistance
I'm
in
not
the frequency. See,
stressfulness. I'm not even
well,
going
it
to
could be
accept that.
anything. It
I'm
doesn't
not
necessarily.
stressful.
Well, let me finish. It could be anything. It doesn't necessarily have to be stress. It could be the mindset that's giving you more resistance, more of a short than a positive connection. It's the resistance within the mind and the boundaries of the body, like a one-way diode or a rectifier or um, a battery charge. You see, discharging and recharging is what causes all the frequency heat related burns. You see, the battery discharging and recharging. This is what the battery does. It's biologically living. So yeah, you can. There's a lot of mysteriousness that happens with the body and ground. I'm still unlocking the secrets. It's never ending for me. It just doesn't stop, Heidi.
What about subconscious stress, Heidi?
That
Just from
too.
that situation, right? Back
Yes,
in your mind,
yes.
Well,
right?
that's the thing is all the work I've been doing extra work
Mm-hmm.
because I don't want to go back to how I am also tapping in and trying to block, which my mother's energy during all of this. She is. Uh-huh. So, trying not to hold all of the things that I used to hold during times of heightened awareness
That's
for our family during certain things. I'm trying to say I don't hold all that fear, Mom, and I keep telling her fear is false evidence appearing real. You need to start saying it to yourself, not me just saying it to you. They gave him blood tests. They said, "Ooh, look, your markers. Ooh, look what's showing in here." They love to do that to people. Then they try to schedule him appointments and they're going to make him wait 3 weeks out and 2 weeks after that to even be seen. So 6 weeks, they're going to put him through high levels of stress. They freaking called him and said, "Hey, we haven't seen you in 3 years. Maybe we should give you a wellness check." Yeah, uh-huh. I got lots to say about that, but we're just going
yeah.
to put
Well,
that aside.
yeah.
I just know, like I know my mom worked at a hospital. She feeds into that system. There's a pill for everything. I was in that mindset, being raised that way and being around medical people and people that have these degrees and everything. And I never gave a shit. I was like, I don't care. I don't want to go to college. I don't care. Just I tried to appease everybody. Okay, I'll try. And then I go and I'd be like, I hated it,
Degree of
because
resistance.
I've always been that way. I just would have rather chased around butterflies than be in a line and be in order. And my brother telling me, "You're fucking up. You better pay attention. You better listen. This is serious. We need this. This is serious." And I'd be like, "For who? Who is this serious? And how much of that stuff has applied in my adult life? None. None. Zero.
Siri
Beep,
ain't
beep.
serious. She's a robot.
Yeah.
Like you
Siri.
and
I
me.
got dog. Yeah,
Well,
I
just
got stuff
like
to say
you and
about
me.
them. Every time I go to anybody's house, Anthony, they're all starting to get smart homes. All my friends that are making the money and driving the cars, and exactly where I used to be, they're all getting their smart homes. Lights automatically. I unplug everything. Now I can't unplug the automatic lights. I kind of like that, but yeah, everything's smart homes. Those things have talked to me in the past. When I thought I had turned it off, I'm like, okay, so I unplug your ass now, okay? It's weird. It's weird. Those things are weird. I know you're a computer dude, but I am anti all of this. For me to be doing this, the people that truly know me are like, I give you huge props. My friends I grew up with, my family, they're like, you do what? You talk to people on you do what on YouTube? They can't even believe it. They can't even I barely even wanted to text message.
Yeah, I know. I'm the last person I ever thought that I would be doing something like this.
That's right. I say
Like
all
I
the time,
said,
if you would have told the old me I'd be doing any of this, I would have been like, you crazy. Did you
I would
smoke
have.
crack today? Do you need to
I
go to
would
the
have been the
mental
same.
institution?
I would have smacked my future self if
Yeah,
I
I
would
would
have
have
said
beat
that.
myself up.
I would have said, "What? I grew up in a bush. You know what I mean? I did. I grew up in a bush with a shotgun in it. I'm not an a fishing rod. I just was in
Uh-huh.
a town that took when I was. I think it was just reaching 5,000 by the time I was 25. So,
Yeah,
and
I
they
had
were
a
it's
very
like a
small town
freaking small
as
town
well.
we'd never seen a colored person, nothing, right? It was just old oil town, like the old South, pretty much.
Now,
And
see, I'm in the South, but to say that, that's not so here. I mean, there was
well,
a
that's what
mix,
they
just
program us
a
with, right?
balance. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right?
So I never, my grandparents and yeah, I, I used to be like, why they believe me, they had the programming and they said stuff that just blew my mind. I didn't understand what was wrong with them, but now I know. So I don't try to say, oh my gosh, my grandpa was the worst about that stuff, that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's really nice to have that small town feeling. You go to the grocery store, you know everybody. Hey, what's up? Kind of situation. When did
Yeah.
people stop even looking at each other when you walk into your local convenience stores and stuff? They act like
Miles
I'm
Bennett.
crazy when I smile. If I smile at them, they're like, whoa, whoa. And I go, hi.
They don't want to smile. Fuck.
Right? I smile with my eyes a lot, so all these people in these masks, I can tell if they smile back or not. I'm looking right in my eyes. I might not see their face. And they're looking at me going, oh my God, not only is this girl not wearing a mask, she's looking at me, talking to me, and smiling. Oh my gosh, run for your life. Mhm.
Yeah, there's not a person here that'll defy going into a store without one. They will not.
I love to make everybody happy. Even the person working there acts like they hate their job. And I always zero in on them. And I'm like, are you having a good day? And I just talk funny and they're like, and I'm just like, oh, well, I hope you get off work soon and you get to do everything that makes you happy, whether it's laying around or can I get you anything? And they kind of look at me like, get me anything, I'm like, can I buy you a pack of gum? Can I buy you a pack of gum or something? Just a little thank you. And they're just like, you're freaking weird. But they're smiling when I walk out of that store.
You have to do it yourselves. You see the numbers and you see the code popping out of my head in this video?
Yeah.
Yep.
Barcodes. It's my mind. My mind. Every time I think of something, barcodes come out. See?
I'm surprised
Wow.
there's not smoke coming out of there.
Well, now I'm gonna make now, now I'm gonna make it go in, now I'm gonna make it go up to you. Watch. Come down, it won't come back, you dirty bitch. No sooner I'm ready to do that is stop, you dirty bitch. See?
Look at, I got smoke going.
Pisses me off. But yeah, but you know you're doing it, and then you get too good at it, and then when you try to do it in front of somebody, it stops. I love it. I love it. Story of my life, man.
I keep hitting my button to try to talk to these to look. I can't talk to you. It's like, yeah, you're hitting me, but I'm not doing anything. So anybody that's here, hi. I hope you're having a great day. Sorry, guys. That was bugging me. I kept hitting it.
That's all right.
Hey, my friend. Hey, Scotty, my friend, and Matt Man, and Tony, and everybody. But my friend Kim went to the doctor, and they told her she's borderline diabetic, and she's freaking out and dramatically having this lifestyle change, and thinks she's.
I had a weird feeling. I got to go get this sunset. This is when here's crazy.
Right on.
You know, that happens
Talk
to me all the time. I'm on the phone, and I got to hurry up and get out of a live or talking to people or whatever so I can record. Anyways, I had told her about the cinnamon, the green tea, cinnamon, all that stuff.
Yeah.
There's also a fruit out there, and I can't think. It's a fruit I hadn't heard of before. That's supposedly fantastic. But how much cinnamon are you ingesting? Because the amount that it says on there is not even doable unless you were putting them in some kind of.
Right. I just dump like you know, the small stirring spoon.
Mm-hmm.
I just put like one of those in there. Like I get it. I have to. Sometimes it's gunky at the bottom, but I'm getting all the. I just dump that out. Sometimes I get it, and it's like if it's hot, it's all right. But as soon as it gets cold, it's like yike. But all that gets to soak. So you're getting the cinnamon drink every time, and yeah, man, it's been months. I haven't taken a pill of anything. I wouldn't even take a Tylenol. I don't even want to know what it's like again. But I know I'll probably have to take one if I hurt my. You know what I mean? One day. Ease something, but
he doesn't even take a Tylenol if he has a headache. He's always been, I don't need that, and just powers through it. And
I always say $100 of weed a week is $100 of weed a week. I used to have that plus medication.
That's no joke. Oh,
and
that's
drinking.
No joke. That's a big. That's a huge. You know, it amazes me when I look back because I'm like, where the heck did everybody, or even myself, get all the money to do that? I used to get Starbucks every day.
We always
you know how much
managed
it costs
to
for a
swing
large one? I would get my pack of cigarettes, my Starbucks, and then I would even go and repeat because it was right by my house and I had the hookup and knew the people there. Maybe got a little discount. Didn't always get them for free, but if you add all that up, you guys, pack of cigarettes, couple Starbucks, and then whatever food, and then I had my smoke, and you know, I'm like, how the heck? And I thought I was always broke. I wasn't broke. I was rolling in the dough. I was just spending it as fast as I got it. You know, it's just crazy. I would be counting, saying, oh, well, I have this many clients at the end of the day, so that means I'm going to have like, you know, a couple $100. And then by the next day, I'd be like, oh, I need to make, you know, this much money. And when I think about it, wowee, how much it costs to get, you know, my favorite meal from whatever place because I love their whatever, you know, all these things that I used to always say, why do we focus everything around food? Like every single thing we plan and do, we're like, meet you here, meet you there. If it wasn't around food, it was around drinks. Let's meet at this bar. Let's meet at that cafe. Let's go here because they have it all. They've got food and drinks.
You gotta
And
have
they got
$200
strippers.
just to start out.
Whoa! No, simple. You know what I mean? No,
I
I
was
didn't
like that
go
too.
there, but I'm just saying. Yeah,
That's the
so it's like you get this mindset of make that money and then go to these places, spend that money. You're just feeding the system as you make the money. Yeah, I just was feeding the system, I guess. Everybody's done it, I'm sure.
oh yes.
Uh,
I was like,
uh, uh.
20 years old, making $1,000 a week,
Well, that's
right?
the thing is
Plus that I was
I was
selling
making
weed,
incredible money.
get pound of weed.
Hmm.
So you're selling weed, and fucking making $1,000 a week, right? And it still
I hear
feeling near
you.
broke.
And I always had more than enough, and I was always getting something better. Oh, my so and so got this kind of, smoke, and I'm gonna go and get that too. So then I'd have double everything, and
Yeah.
yeah, I was overindulgent, and it's funny because no matter how much I had, when I would, like I was telling you guys, like I've told you guys, the moment I would be still, I wasn't happy. I had a wonderful boyfriend. He took me on vacations. I've been to some beautiful, amazing places, you guys. I've been skydiving. I'm a scuba diver. I mean, I've done wonderful things, and I'm grateful for everything. But when I was still and just me, and not that I didn't have good times, or not that I didn't make good friends or have happy moments, but always something
Yeah.
missing. Always something missing. So it really is true that it's just all stuff. And when it comes down to it, everything you need is right there inside, and you need none of this
Well,
exterior,
that
any garbage.
that's it. You come so focused on things and stuff, and you need to get away from it and
Yep.
back to what's important, if that makes
To
sense.
that, of course, that makes perfect
People
sense.
don't understand when I say that I don't care about anything. I teach my daughters. I was like, you're not supposed to worry about presents and stuff like that. Every day is
Yeah,
No.
it's
supposed to be
annoying.
a special day. You don't. These
Well, that's
people
the
wait
thing.
for their birthday and Christmas to make
One
themselves feel
special day,
special.
yeah.
Every day is special.
It's
Some
very,
days
yep,
feel shittier than the others,
it's
right?
so
Some day,
true.
actually,
And
every day is good. Some days feel better.
I
Yeah.
made the mistake. I made the mistake, but learned quickly with my ex's children that I watch. I actually am going this weekend. I'm very excited. But anyways, when Ethan was just the only one before his twin sisters came along, I didn't go. I wasn't there every day. They were, he was just a babe. And by the time he was, walking around or crawling around, I'd bring him. He was aware. I'd bring him a little something every time I come. Well, got the point where he was expecting it. What did you
Hmm.
get
Yeah.
me? Or looking in my bag or whatever. And it used to just make Matt, his name's Matt too. It used to just make him cringe. Whoa. And I'd be like, why are you so pissed? Whatever. And then finally he told me, he said, Heidi, every time when Ethan was able to talk, he kept saying surprise, surprise. He knew I would have something, and he's like,
Hmm.
please don't
Yeah.
do this. It's so awful. Every time that somebody comes here, and it's like his mom or his brother, whoever, he thinks that people are bringing him a surprise, and he actually
Oh,
gets disappointed.
Yeah.
So I kind of started a little something. So I had to stay strong
Yeah.
and
hmm.
not bring anything, whether it was a little cupcake because I made something or anything, any food, any nothing. And I had
Hmm.
to learn very quickly. So with the twins, when I would bring them little somethings, I didn't do it every time. So they don't say to me or anybody every time, did you bring something? Do you have a surprise? Once in a while, when they might say, did you bring goodies or something? I'd be like, I did, but they're
Yeah.
not rushing to tear open my stuff and see what I've got in there. Yeah. So,
Well,
but
that's
that
it.
kind of, I thought, what am I doing to this kid? I need to stop. If anybody should know, I should know. But I just wasn't seeing it because the joy of giving is so, you just see their little faces. I mean, over a
Yeah.
chocolate chip cookie, even. I mean, it's just, it brought so much joy to me. So I had to slow my roll on that.
Yeah, that's how I had my balance when I in my small town. I used to shovel all the older people's snow. Somebody give me $20 for a 5-minute job, and somebody give me a chocolate chip cookie and a hot chocolate for a half an
I
hour
love
job.
that. I
Yeah.
love that.
So it's like a balance. I figured it out. I'm like, well, it's kind of good. I get paid here, and then I get fed here, right?
Yeah.
Instead of
Yeah.
thinking, at
And then you
first I
start looking
thought,
forward to that chocolate chip cookie, don't you?
yeah. At first I wanted to say, Mrs. Actually, no, it's ironic that I say it.
Yeah.
I did Mrs. Fairbank. They're the oil people, some of the first oil drillers that were here in Ontario. I actually did her snow. I would just do a little path, and she'd hand me $20, and I do every time I did it. She'd hand me $20. She was wealthy, but right. But she knew that I would do 3 hours of snow before I went to high school, and then did my
Yeah.
high school day, and then come home from there, and then did snow after that to keep up. Right. That's just what kind of person I was raised to be. But
Which
that
is
was my
very
matrix me.
lovely. Thank
That's
you to
my
your
matrix me,
grandmother.
though. Hey.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
still, that's you. That's what made you come here.
I learned
I was
a lot of humbleness. Like one of my jobs that I wanted to get, I first took a resume. They said, "Oh, we're not hiring," blah blah blah, and we heard. I guess they heard that there was a couple drunks there. So
Yeah.
I went through this phase where I just showed. My dad would drop me off there every day in the morning. The show was there, man. It was.
yeah. That's very nice. And your grandmother raised you, right?
I think
he
we've
got
lost
bleeped out
Mark.
because he got bleeped out because he gets to talk because he's talking. Oh,
Yeah. Oh
here
no,
he
he's
There you
back.
go.
is.
I went
Here
out.
he
Yeah, it's like
is.
showing up at the dock.
Yeah.
So I was sailing, and they're like, see me every morning. I was just like, oh, I'm just around. But meanwhile, I'm in another like smaller town that's like 5 minutes to jog over. And
Yeah.
he said there,
Yeah.
just the emotions of that is what turned me into more of a man. Even that was like,
Of course.
I don't know, 17 years old or something.
I don't know if
Yeah.
you heard me, but isn't your grandmother raised you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
I thought so. Mhm. And I'm not saying that parents don't love their children, but grandparents, there's just something a little added something.
Especially after
And
being through both the wars over in England, right? She said, you did not know
yeah.
the air raid sirens all the time. She goes, you don't even want to know the havoc.
Oh, was your grandma
Oh,
from
my
over
dear.
here?
Yeah. Yeah, she was from there. Yep.
Whereabouts? Do you know?
I know it was England. It was England. Like
Yeah.
our family's from England, right? But
Yeah.
I can't remember the towns, but
It's all right if you can.
I'm not sure. I don't know why I got Hamburg in my mind. I don't know why I got something like that.
Hamburger?
The hamburger. So I just have hamburger in my mind. It's just a name that reminds me of. Yeah, her last name was
Maybe-
Pilbeam.
Maybe it goes with something like it.
But yeah, they
Yeah,
would
I
go
don't-
through the
I can't tell you towns either.
like her building, like buildings across the road get demolished, just blown right to shit. Right?
Yeah.
And then you don't know when it's your time. It's just
Scary.
like, yeah. That's where I learned about
Very
the Stockholm
scary.
Stockholm syndrome and shell shock stuff. About
Yeah.
what they're doing. They're doing it to the world right now. The world's under a
Yeah.
Stockholm syndrome effect. Totally.
Well, I know everybody was being very patriotic for 4th of July, but
Little
the
too
amount of fireworks, the amount of fireworks that were being blown off around here, unbelievable. What about the animals? What about the small children? What about the elderly? What about people that suffer from PTSD
Okay,
that were
colorblind.
probably we don't have basements here or whatever. I mean, come on now. It was nonstop every freaking night, you guys. It didn't stop. It was still going on in the middle of the night, still going on the next day, it went on for weeks here. Weeks, you guys, I can't
Yeah.
even put it in words, but the amount of fireworks that went off that night, I believe, wasn't just everybody being patriotic. I think there was some added people to make sure that they kept going and booming all night long.
Yeah.
It gets people in that.
That's right. That's correct.
Yeah.
There's
Oh,
more.
there. Hi, Tony.
Well, I got some confirmation I wasn't wanting to see. So we got about
How was
5
your
days.
filming?
Something's
Oh,
happening in 5 days, and it's here. It's right here. I'm about to
What are
release
you?
it.
What you predicting here for us?
I'm not predicting anything. It's a fact.
No, I hear you. I'm just asking. What is it? Are you calling it a sun, a planet? What is it?
Oh, it's nothing. You'll see it. You'll see it. View it for yourself. If you see it for yourself, then you can. I'm gonna let you
Okay.
look at the video, and that way y'all can make an assumption for yourself.
I thought you were going to show it on here. I'm sorry. Okay.
I'm about to.
Oh, here. Oh,
We're showing it
my
here on camera.
charge.
As soon as he
Oh,
gives me
good.
a,
I got my charger.
as soon as he
Oh,
gives
sorry, 1 second.
Let me get up for mama.
Okay, there's my screen.
I'm gonna go Tony. There we go.
And no, wrong one. Not that one.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh.
What do you mean?
I got the Anthony AKI. Yeah, the other one. You see it? It says there's another one. It says Anthony with the mountain. I'm in the show.
Tony. Yeah.
You just have to add it.
Oh, you're back there again?
Well, there's yeah.
Oh, okay. That didn't even told me. Oh, I never even told me you were there, man.
That's not too bad.
The fuckers, huh?
That's the way
There
we
you
do it.
go.
Make it a big screen, or you can leave it like
Oh.
that. That's fine. Now we can
I'm
play.
just
the
getting
screen.
used to this.
That's all right, brother. It's almost loading. I don't want to play it from the file and risk losing it. So we're going to play it after it's transferred. It's 30 seconds away. 45 seconds, maybe.
See, I laughed at my friends that played video games, right? Because I was always out doing sports and stuff, but
A minute.
I knew that inside, if I let it happen, I would probably like it. But I was just a one-button kind of guy, like Atari. Just jump or fire, jump or fire. I just
Yeah.
like the simplicity.
That was the same, man.
I say
I
5.
didn't-
It's more like 4, 3.5, 4.
Me too, Matt.
I didn't mind, like Tiger Woods golf or playing some football against.
Fuck Tiger Wood. Got Wood for his ass. Fuck that punk bitch. The fuck you talking about Tiger Woods for, man?
I actually enjoyed the Wii thing when it came out. The little
Wii U?
games, the bowl,
You?
it's the Wii, and you can bowl on it and stuff. Probably really for old people, but I
talking about the
actually
Wii
was
U?
in that.
Wee!
Is that what it is?
Morning, J-Mo.
It's very fun, very fun. I like to bowl on there and do the volleyball and all that goodness. Good morning.
yeah.
Good Grand Rising.
Yeah, the Wii is
J-Mo. I
fun.
don't say good morning.
My
You guys
favorite
keep saying
one
good
was
morning. You're going to get me saying.
My favorite
is it?
one was Sims. It's where you can undress
Sims.
them.
The Sim City.
Yeah, you
stuff?
can undress
Oh,
them.
yeah.
Yeah, you can undress them if you download the the hacks.
You want to hear something really mean that someone did on a sim game where you build your city and town and people? I thought it was mean. I was always in the restroom per se because of my stomach and digestive issues that I had. And when my neighbors were building their city or their town, they put me in there and they used to joke and say, "Oh, and then when you come over, we have the toilet flush." And I'm like, "Oh, that's so funny." It hurt me so bad. Oh my God. I was like, "Are you serious?"
Check
And I
this out.
carried that secret for a while. And now I'm like, I've let it go. But I thought, who does that? And I see where the comedy is in that. But don't make the toilet flush when I come over, people.
Look at this. See how the light's only hitting that round part instead of going up?
Oh, you ain't seen shit. Just observe. Seeing is believing, or
Yep.
knowing.
I'm almost seeing a fucking hand coming out of there.
Oh, you're gonna. If you see, you can see.
Yeah.
Fire in the hole. Then I looked out the door and I saw all this color. I said, "Oh yeah, it's that time. Let me go ahead and
You know,
jack it up."
people don't understand that it takes a certain substance to gather up that red
Yes,
to come red. Or
Yeah.
why wouldn't everything become red?
that's right. It's the elements. Element of surprise. The elements they don't want you to know. See, look at this. This is the opposite side near the kinetic energies. You see this? The machines. That's where all that's happening from. Right over our fuel recycling plant. They call that. That's the poo-poo recycling.
Okay.
That's what I call it. That fuel place they call Calumet is a poo-poo refining plant. That's where oil and gas comes from, out your ass. Just like plants.
So is that where they?
Look at that. Look at that. Wow. What is that flying so fast? What was it? Oh, that was quick. I'm going to have to slow that down and see what it was. I saw in the corner of my eye when I was out there, but I couldn't make it what it was. It was going so fast. But it looks like, wow, look at this.
I was taught you how to look around the edges, right, Scott?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of looking at the whole thing, you see a shape, and then you follow the edge, and then you look at the pattern, and then you look behind it.
And there
Then you
go.
see the 3D dimension, right?
Yeah.
It was windy. So I had to, very windy out there, man. Let me tell you.
See, I did have a lot of, for a couple of years, some videos. I wondered why they wouldn't work, right? Or they
Yeah.
wouldn't. And then I started figuring, oh, that's why it wouldn't work. And then I caught on, but I held off for like 3 years. I just wanted to bring it out, but nobody else on YouTube was doing it.
Yeah.
Native Engine. Morning, man.
These clouds are hiding much. These clouds are hiding the truth.
Yeah.
That's why they're the way they are. When the sun is low at its peak, you can see everything. These clouds are obstructing what you can and cannot see. And I'm seeing land.
Stuff that I think we should be seeing this.
I'm
This
seeing
biblical stuff.
I'm seeing pyramids, brother.
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing pyramids.
City in the sky and shit. Like Atlantis, right? Skydome Atlantis. We're supposed to see this shit. And have our, like, woo, yeah.
Pyramids. I'm seeing these obelisks. They're everywhere.
We're coming to get the next flow of
Yes.
people. If people
That's
can't
right.
see that that's a big wheel and a cog
They're going to pick up
with
the
like
ones
a transmission.
who are awake. They're leaving the ones who are not. That's the truth. If you are in the awakening, you will not be here. You will be gone. In the blink of an eye. That's when. When you blink, that's when.
Yep.
And it doesn't matter if you've laid down and meditate in that same second, you will not have memory of it. I've had so many deja vu moments in my meditation alone in the night to know that that's true for me.
Yeah.
It's not just a repeat. It is the act within the intent that's given to me subliminally. You see, it's being given to me. I'm not forcing this. This is something that's being naturally given. And they're trying to stop that. The fertilization of this world is what they're trying to stop. or mix up. I don't know. It's all mixed up. It's like the car song.
I
It's all
was-
mixed up.
I
all
haven't
mixed
heard
up,
that in a
man.
long time.
It's all mixed up.
I was right in the middle of interacting with people, but what did you say is happening to us in 5 days?
I'm
you
not
say
saying things happening in 5 days.
Oh,
I'm
you
saying
just said
in the
watch
next
it.
3.5, 4 days, something big is going to happen.
Yeah.
Got it.
Something.
That's
Okay.
what I'm going to say. I'm not
I
saying
do.
other than that.
I do feel a calm.
Well, you know, we're
a
in a-
calm before the storm.
We're in a Pisces full moon right now, and this is a big deal apparently.
Oh, there's
to
the
all
dragon.
the
You see the
people that
dragon
are
now?
lining the.
The dragon snout.
Oh, I see. So
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
peering
I look
down.
at
Uh-huh.
that.
This alignment's going to cause some friction. There's an
Mhm.
alignment happening.
I feel like I was feeling the friction. You guys, I haven't had
See.
abdominal pain and issues like I was having last night for quite some time. Like it was pretty. It was weird.
And
And I
The
was
dark
grabbing
energy
meds.
zapping us, I
Say
think.
that, Heidi, because I was
Oh,
having abdominal pain this morning.
Were
Really
you? Well,
painful. Yeah.
Like lower back pain.
No,
it was
right
more,
in my
mine
guts.
was. Yeah, mine were my guts as well.
someone says you
and I
can't.
was-
Someone says in the chat they can't see the dragon.
Oh,
Oh.
you see the dragon snout? Yeah.
Yeah, that was the dragon snout. I don't even. My chat's not even moving.
It's moving over here. It says I'm sick of also critical. It is nuts. I'm sick. Also critical. It's
Huh.
nuts. That's right.
We're the Schumann, the full moon, the energies right now apparently are going to give us many things. That's why I was asking you guys about, the burning sensations also I've had in my feet. But I've always been ultra sensitive, and I seem to get symptoms maybe before other people, and then I'm like there to like help them because they don't feel well. I don't know. But yesterday, boy, I don't know. It was like that. It was like when
My pain was my worst yesterday. I didn't know if I pulled a disc in my back or what the fuck happened.
See, and that's the thing. Back pain was on the list, Matt. Severe back pain. Some people have literally had to lay on the ground. I've heard people say, multiple things, but back pain was a big thing, and not to be afraid or think that it's more than just, but these energies coming in, we're all feeling it, whether we know it or not. Ooh, that's a
Well,
giant
I have more
locust.
focus than I
I'm
ever
sorry.
thought I'd ever have.
Well, I am going to an appointment today that I've been putting off forever, and I'm only doing it to appease my parents during this time of our.
I wouldn't do shit in that matter. Walking in that place is a bad idea for you, and you know it.
Well, I think that's part of why I'm resistant, Anthony, is
That's what I had to make up my
I-
mind. Am I going to listen to my family, or am I going to listen to my best thought, the inward thought
well,
that I
that's the
am?
thing is I've stopped listening for so long, and I've worried everybody so at this time. I know it's just something I'm doing for my mother.
If they're worrying about you, their
and-
mindset, your problem, you need to rebuke that and block it, because if the mindset of someone else can give you a
They're
disease.
worried about my weight. It's just like I've been. That's what I keep saying. Quit putting it on me. I have to do extra double work. Don't put it on me. Don't put it on Dad. Don't put it on yourself. I got you. I hear
You're
you. You guys hear
young
me.
lady, because you were born that way.
And I have always listened. And when I stopped listening, I worried everybody so, and kind of was like, well, deal with it. But yes, I am very thin right now, considering, but I don't eat like everybody else. We don't have to eat as much as everybody thinks we have to eat.
Right? I'm
And
learning that
I'm
too.
not- and we are not out there, bumping and grinding in our fields all day long, and eating large meals messes me up. I'm a grazer. I have to eat a little bit all day long, get my system going. I don't get hungry until about 3:00 in the afternoon. If I'm eating sooner than that, it's due to the fact that I might be around children and made them something to eat, and then I might have a little nibble or whatnot. But I don't eat the same amount as everybody else, and I also don't eat the meat. So, yeah, I've got the tests. I've had malnourishment tests. All of the tests are showing fine, you guys. I'm blowing everybody's mind, just letting you know. Any test that I've had in during this weight loss in the past that I am refusing to get at this time, I've been tested for everything, for parasites, for what is it when your own body is toxic, septic? I've been tested for everything. I'm nothing. I'm zero. None. And I'm like, ha, I told you. I've
I've
had,
got parasites all over me now. I've got
well,
every parasite you can think of, just about.
you know what I'm saying, in my
Well, I mean, I
intestines, in my
understand what
body,
you're
trying
saying.
to eat me up. But
Yeah, well, I mean, we have biological living machines protecting us.
I know
mean,
that.
when are
Yeah,
people going to wake up and smell the real air?
that's because we're in a parasitic. We are in that realm. That is what this realm is. If
Right.
people were aware of what this really is, we are fighting the parasites, and it's not just a visual thing. This is
Oh, many parasites sent from the
Right.
darkness, man.
You're fighting
Many of
something
them.
kept in between this and the ground. That's right. And we're going to prevail over it. We will win this
right.
war. That's what we do.
Right.
We've been fighting this war for 5,700 years. We will not fail. There is
Well,
no
this particular physician that I see now is pretty new to me. I've only had him as my guy for a couple of years because my friend and primary care physician for pretty much all my life since my 20s, when I've been in this medical system, he ended up going and doing his own practice thing, and it's for the elite. It's just ridiculous. But anyways, so this guy tries to use psychological shit on me, and he's a huge supporter of Biden. And I don't do
Wow.
politics. You should not bring that into an appointment. You should not have that on the television while people are in the waiting room. Your
Right.
CNNs and all that shit. I already have to, and he basically is offended when I tell him I'm not about the vaccine. Oh, well, I'm a doctor and I'm a chemist and I have all these accolades. Well, you can suck it, because I don't care about all that. And if you're pushing the vaccine and telling me that I'm irresponsible and I don't care about others if I refuse this, then you've been brainwashed. So we already have a little
Hmm.
banter back and forth. And so I've got to I've got to suck it up, buttercup. I'll go in, I'll be like, see, I'm fine. Da-da-da-da-da. Nope, I'm going to deny that, deny that, deny that. Nope, I don't need any medicine. Yep, I'm off all the medicine. Oh, nope, I didn't go and see that specialist. I'm okay. Nope, I don't need to go get a colonoscopy. Nope, so I'll just go through that, and then I can go, oh, looky. I went to the doctor, the one that you trust over my own word and body, and to my mom's just in a weird place right now. I'm just trying to ease the.
You'll realize your mind's equipped with the best diagnostic procedures there ever was, and you can turn that frequency in and see where all the dangers and blockages are. I mean, your mind is the doctor itself. The mind is the tool.
Healthy. I type it in chats all the time. Healthy. Separate that word, and it says heal thy. You are your own physician. You know what you need. You will also get little signs of what you need, and if you choose to avoid it, well, then that's up to you. But as far as even the vitamins and supplements, what works for one doesn't necessarily always work for another. If you need vitamin C, you'll know you need vitamin C. If you need vitamin A, if you need K, I still like to ask people. I still like their perspective and their thoughts on it. And then I let my internal guide me in the direction. One thing I have been wanting to start doing is black hemp seed oil. Does anybody take that?
Nope.
Not yet. I guinea pig everything though.
I would like to try it. I just don't know which company that I would, purchase from if I was to start adding that to my regimen.
Anything
Because
away from
everybody's so locked in on the physical. So when they look at me and think, "Oh, you're so skinny," I think, "Well, I look at you and I think you're a little overweight, but I don't look at you like that. So quit looking at
Right.
me like that. I don't look at people like that. I don't judge them." So many people are like that, and these doctors I can see, you know, and oh, I did this, and I was in this study, and I did this paper, and I'm like,
You
okay,
you
I'm
gotta
here.
do what makes you feel good, as long as it's not toxic,
Yeah.
makes you toxic, right?
I had a
They tried to tell me that I had some issues way back, and I told them I'm going to prove you wrong, and sure enough, I did, and I keep telling them every time you're wrong. And then I have appeased them in the past and gotten a little test, and they're like, "Oh, I it's not that." And I'm like, "Thank you very much." So that's what I'm trying to do for my dad right now is
I don't trust him.
come on in to whatever's on that frequency, trying to put his mind in some crazy land and put that fear in him. I don't like it. I said, nobody thinks it's strange that people haven't been going to the physicians as much, and they're actually calling patients and saying, "Oh, we haven't seen you in a while." You know, there's just something about that. And then he gives you a panel of 12 different tests. I'm like, ew, no, I don't trust them. That's okay. It's okay.
That's right.
I have to keep telling myself, you know, it's not my experience, it's not my life, and they'll do what they need to do. It's all divine timing, it's all their plan, and I can only insert, you know, little things, and if they receive it, thank you very much. If they don't, well, I just hope I've planted a seed, kind of thing.
That's right, Heidi, because if they haven't experienced it, they won't know. See? That's the closed mind of the situation.
See, any
so
change.
Many people. Go ahead, Matt.
Oh, just saying, any little change that we make, we're altering history for the better, no matter what, right?
Yes, I think this is a wonderful time. I know it's very scary for a lot of people. A lot of people want to say, "You think you have a choice? You don't have a choice. You're being controlled. And they're going to come and hold you down and shoot that vaccine in you or whatever." Okay. And when that happens, I guess, you know, that's if that happens, then that happens, you know.
Yeah, until that moment happens, you're not taking my mind.
That's right. That's right.
Psychology 101. If you're thinking about it, they're winning already.
Thank you. I believe the more people that keep watching all this stuff and talking about it, once you have the information, why do you have to repeat and watch more or get more? I think that you're putting that as a collective consciousness, and you will manifest it. You got to stop, people.
Yeah. Because they're laughing. They're laughing right now. So as soon as this fades away, there's going to be no vaccine this time. Right? As soon as this fades away, it's going to fade away. Like, there's books written about COVID virus fading away for a few years and then coming back stronger. You know what I mean? That's the story. That's the storyline. In case anybody wants to know, is the torture.
That's right. And I'm not under that system. I'm no longer in the mourning. Nothing is good about mourning. So the good morning, and I love everybody, you know, and everybody says it, but I know I have to work extra hard not to say good morning. I'm no longer in the mourning of what is good, and it's not when it's not. So that's why I say grand rising. You know, I'm just trying to change the.
I say fuck it, smoke a joint and tell them to kiss your ass.
Right.
Yeah.
If they don't like it, they can suck it. It don't matter. I got both. I have both.
It's so true. Hey, I'm gonna dip out of the chat because I gotta get shower and ready. But I'll I'm gonna dip out of the thing, but I'll get in the chat for a moment so I can actually see people, talk to them. Thank you so much. Everybody have a wonderful, wonderful day.
You too,
and until
you
next
too,
time,
Heidi.
I'm sure I'll see you soon. Thank you
too.
so much.
Have a wonderful day. Lots of love.
Okay.
Peace.
Thank you. You too.
Lots of love. Bye bye. I tell you what has been going on a lot with us at the moment is I'm getting horrendous cramps in my stomach. To
Well,
the
you
point
might be
of where
killing that a candida.
it
See
feels
what
where
happens.
it feels
What-
like I've been stabbed. It just literally like I sort of double up. The only
You got
thing I can do is lie down.
You could have worms, man.
Do you have like once you start killing stuff off in the body,
Yeah.
it starts dying. So you're gonna have like maybe a month or 2 months of bowels, of more of an irritated bowel, going to the washroom more, getting because you're getting rid of the excreting too, right? So
Yeah.
you might feel sick for a couple months. Also, I forgot. You might get hot. You might feel sick because you're detoxing this shit out of your system.
Yeah.
All the
Yeah,
different bugs and shit.
It'll be like withdrawal.
Yeah, well, because that stuff right now, as it's dying, it's wanting more of that sugar and all that other shit, so it can rejuvenate, right? So
Yeah.
you're
Uh-huh.
countering this right now. So really, diabetes is bugs in your blood, right?
There you go.
Yeah.
Look at it like that. It's bugs in your blood that we got to kill those fucking bugs. That's all we got to
Yeah.
do. We got to fully detox. I guinea pig myself. I would never tell anybody about this, right? I'm not no doctor.
Oh, no, you wouldn't.
I just know.
I know you wouldn't tell us to do something if you hadn't tried it yourself.
Well, would you jump off a bridge just because someone else did?
Depends
I
what
mean,
my
a lot of
options
doing
were.
it. Well, it depends on your mindset. Before you do it,
Yeah.
let's make sure the mind is set, but don't tempt the ground. Do not tempt the ground you stand on because you could doubt
No,
yourself.
no.
Well, if you don't doubt yourself, then do it. But if you doubt yourself in that split of a second, that can cost you. You see, that's the mindset. That
Yeah.
second of fear could delete you permanently. Because being outside the dimension, you can be deleted permanently. So making waves is not a recommended thing outside of this.
Yeah.
That's what they won't tell you. You see, that's what I've been refraining from telling anyone. Being out here in the matrix, because I don't want to promote fear, because having no fear is something you must get rid of. It's a must that you get rid of all this crap. I'm saying must because now it's important. It's imperative that they do. If they don't, they will stay. They will stay.
Right.
In
Yeah.
the equation. It's in the numbers. If I can see the numbers as being that, and it's so because we are evolving. Everything that's been said in real science is fact. It's the people that's holding back the truth from the science. I see it now clearly. They've killed
Yeah.
scientists after scientists after scientists behind this. I've seen that this AM. So someone's been holding them back. So if they can kill the scientists and get away with killing the prophets and hide everything, then what can they really do? You see? It's just a big flame. It's a big lie. It's a big tame. Because if you look at earth and heart, it's one in the same. Earth is heart, heart is earth.
Right. Yeah. I think I understand here. I get where you're coming from.
Well, what is your heart? Your heart's connected to the ground. The ground is the breath. The ground is the breath that I need, the air, and the liquid. Without it, I do not survive.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Why should I place any word in between me and the ground when I am connected directly by birth, my right? I am my birthright. I am that atom. I was here from day one because I know. I always was. What's the difference between me and the people in the past? There is no difference. The only difference is we're acting. We're acting. We were acting then and we're acting now.
Or like in some sort of huge play.
We are.
Kind of thing.
And
yeah,
if you look at what we are talking about now, we are interacting. Individual.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
are you?
Individuality, but it's not. It's a one shit world of shit.
Right.
We're in the
So are
same
you?
bucket.
Are you in control
The
of
whole
your own
world, all the entities
life?
and everything in it is in that bucket of shit.
Right. So that's why I say, are you in control of your own life, or do you have strings attached? You know what I mean? Are you a puppet,
Yeah.
or do you control your own? Right? In a sense, you know what I mean? No matter
Yeah.
how you have to do the part in this shit, you do it how you want it, not how they want it. You know what I
That's
mean? Just flip the switch.
If
Flip the
you're
script.
using your mind without anything in between it or no influence, you're working the fucking program. It's not,
Right.
you're doing what the program wants you to do,
Oh.
not what they bid you
Yeah.
to do.
Yeah.
Bidding doesn't come from man, it comes from the ground. So I put my bidding in the trust and the neutrality of the voltages that I am, not the
Mhm.
word, frequency, because word is
I
bullshit.
cannot
without
hear
frequency.
you. Everything's gone really, really quiet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna nip off, and I'm gonna come
Mhm.
back on my tablet
Look at
because
this
Okay.
idiot in your
I
fucking
can't
chat,
hear
dude.
what people are saying.
Ephesians, I'm not even going to read it, dude. You're living by a book of rules and curses because that's what you are. You're cursed.
That sends us to open-mindedness, right? That's why I just stopped just doing the passages and all that stuff, except for like telling people seed-bearing plants, all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
It's the selective stuff that keeps the frequency smooth is what I would. But I understand how that shit goes. But
Collectively take something that's entirely bad, Matt. You
Yeah.
can't understand that. You understand it. Understanding is placing yourself below these fucks.
that Ephesians 4:18 sounds like a programmed zombie, like a programmed
is.
sheeple.
It is.
Right?
Yes.
They don't even realize, even though they think.
If you use anything out of it, it will. You can't use nothing out of it. I'm seeing that now because it's cursed, it's bound, it's locked with key to their programming. You see,
Mhm.
it's their frequencies. You can't mess with them. You can't alter
Right.
them. You have to get out of them. I'm seeing that clearly.
So
Whatever
that even happens
we
to
learn,
people
whatever
that go to
we
church.
learn, that's fine. We can move with it. But as far as using what they have, it's worthless, man. It's no longer needed. Not for me. Not for me. Being that balance is most important. The kinetic energies that come from the ground I stand firm on.
Mhm.
I'm not going to allow man to separate me from creation and myself because I am creation and creation is me. And you are me and I am you. So I can't change that. We are all one people already.
Mhm.
See, when man says, okay, hold this, will you let go of that while I catch you doing this? They won't. If you won't, you will be gone. If you don't let go of it, you will be gone forever.
Mhm.
This time. This
Um,
time is forever, brother. Forever is infinitive in this measure. There will be no returning for the ones that hold those books. Not in the 13,000th reign of the Grand Awakening. This is the first time this has ever happened. And I know the consequences.
Mhm.
And each and every individual needs to experience it for their own selves. They
Right.
can't get this through something else.
I might do some videos breaking down the music about sticks. You know, welcome to the Grand Illusion, right? Secretly you wear a star, which is Masonic and all that shit. You know what I mean? That's how I decoded all this shit. I jumped into the Matrix big time.
We create ourselves. That's correct. This world is a growing chip. Take a
Right.
look at it. We grow ourselves. That's right. We
Yep.
grow ourselves. You heard me say it. You heard
Like a
that.
walking
Stop
computer
being a
chip,
kid. That's right.
right,
I
with the
created
battery.
myself. You fucking right, I did.
As long as we stay grounded, we're always getting our input,
That's right.
right?
And
Right.
I recreate myself in the future to find more just like you and get rid of you.
Right. The things that fit into our you know, to our likelihoods is the push. But it'd be nice to be able to help more people, but you just can't. There's some people you couldn't even say one thing about this stuff to. I've said people around. Haven't you noticed all the cameras around you? And they're like, "What are you talking about?" what are you on? I'm like, wow, I'm out of this conversation already. Yep.
Spirit. Spirit. That's man's word. It's a frequency. It's a field. It's an energy. If you look at the infrared, you see how you glow along with the field of energies that's coming into it. You will know that you're nothing but energy. That's all you are. No different than the ores that comes into my cameras, into me. No different.
Yep. There
Or
it is.
coming into you is the same. Matt, when you saw my hand in that infrared camera, as white as it got, and as wide as those ores get, are we not one and the same? That should be enough right there. That video should have went viral. But idiots and ignorant people in this world does not see the truth. They only think, oh man, look at the ghosts, look at the spirits. Oh yeah, it's a computer, man.
Right.
A computer has frequency. A computer has field. Kinetic energy is visible.
Electric energies, yeah.
It's visible to me now because I'm seeing it in the daylight and in the night.
See, that's where Deaf Bread would taught me about our 21 grams of energy.
Yes.
That flowed out of our body to the next.
That's right. Deaf Bread knew that. That's why he's the half. He's my better half that I used to be.
But the scary part is what he said about Agenda 21, about the reset. So who's ever into now, through the Bible or whether or not, it doesn't matter what you push, you might get scooped up.
That's
you know what I mean?
You're going to be caught. There's nothing you can do about it. If you're going to stay, you're stayed. It's a stay of execution, a stay of deletion, a stay of escape. Look at the MS-DOS programming. Look at the OS. You'll see it's in there. If it doesn't like you, it will delete you permanently. If you create much of a ruckus against this, if you create so much of a resistance against the creation, the created resistance, you are screwed entirely. Get out of it. It will not recognize you. Do you understand? You are deleted. You are put as junk, crushed. Gotten your formulas gone, never to be used again.
Yeah.
How much more can I paint that very clear?
Right.
This is a self-deal, a self-annihilation, a gunshot wound. Whether I go to the job, everything is choice. If I want to take a shit right here on my table, it's my choice. God can't stop me from doing that, can he? He can strike me dead.
Yeah.
Would it be me striking me dead? You know, you got to be careful what you ask for in this reality, because this reality is your mindset completely.
Yeah.
And I can say what I'm saying without any shock in that, because I know knowing the truth sets you free, letting go of all this. You know, it's like that piece of meat you're so used to eat. You know, it tastes so fucking good. It's so magnificent. You know that meat tastes so good. You don't want to know about the past or the future. You just want to eat that meat. But when you realize something, if I just use my will to back up from that meat, thank you. To use that will to back up from that meat, just to have that much willpower to back up from it, brother, you know how much food would be given to me internally without eating? That's the fact of the mindset that I have. We all have it. If I have it, you're me, I'm you, brother. You know that.
Trick us into feeding on food instead of the flow of the mind.
Yes. The flow of the frequency of the field of energy will fill you. You don't need food and water as much as you think anyway.
Well, just like when we watch third world villages that are still like huts and stuff, people aren't paying attention to what other people are doing. They're just doing their part, like ants, right? Instead of being conformed to a bed and 10-hour sleep.
Agreed.
Sleep when they want, do what they want, how they want it. But as long as there's a flow of community, everybody's got this and this and this, right? That's how simple it should be.
I'm going to answer this question in the chat. globalist agenda hitting. Oh, wait a minute. If the table breaks, you know the creator said no poop on the table. Let me answer that. It's not the creator that said no poop on the table.
Oh,
It's the consciousness that the table became from the individual experiencing it. You see, when you experience that table in such a way, it will talk to you. It will move. See?
Hmm.
So if your table become that quantumly entangled to you and you shit on it, yeah. It will agree. Totally.
I know. To me, that's hilarious.
Oh,
I like
know
it.
But people in the
David,
chat,
dude, that's
what the fuck
hilarious.
did I just say? It's because it's not your language, and I get it.
Right.
But
It's
when
just,
you
I know
rise
it's
up out of your
hilarious.
frequencies, then you'll get it. Until then, you won't. And that's what I'm
I
getting.
love it.
I'm
I
cool with
like
it.
creating a chuckle.
It's a
You know
laugh.
me, I like to create a chuckle.
It's not hilarious. It's a Darius productivity of an infraction of words that don't even mean shit anymore without the frequency that goes with it. So reality is shit. Do what everybody else does. I mean, if you want to, everybody else is doing it. It doesn't seem to be working for them. No, that faking it till you make it don't work. It just doesn't.
Right.
And they seem to think that it does, but when the individual is talking and they trip themselves on their own wording, that should be a red flag for anyone, especially when the wording is taught in such a way that if you said one word before the other, it would not make sense at all. You see, you can't learn from memory alone. Get rid of the memory and live in the now and forget the past and don't worry about the future. You see, that's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
You're only giving 2% to use of your brain. You're giving 2%. The other 98% you cannot touch. You're only giving 2% of your brain. People ain't going to want to buy that, but it doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter. They don't matter to me. What matters to me is the energy that I have become from all this, because this matter will disappear. This matter will not be back in our faces again, because when this is over with, they won't be here. We will be living or not living. Let's just say we will be rising out of a different state of dimension. You've got a memory problem, brother, but your memory will come back when you start getting up in frequency. Everyone's will. You're only given 2% of your brain to use, and people don't even use 0.5% of that. So the individual here gets 2% of an upgrade. He's the baddest son of a bitch in the world, but the 98% is the world, you see?
Yeah.
98% that I'm telling you is the world. Without that 98% of the world, you're nothing. So when someone gets in my face and starts saying this and that, now no wonder why I don't back down. It wouldn't matter if there was 100 or 98% of the world that was against me. I'm not backing down. It would be very dangerous for you to stand in my face at the same time. Yes, you could take out the body, but you cannot take out the field. The field will take you out.
Oh, Authentic Max. It's about once you perish, once your battery's done, you'll move on to the next part of the simulation. It's the way, right? Nobody's like, people think that if there's a return, that they're gonna get floated up in the air, like and wave at other people because they're the clouds. No, it's your energy. Yeah. You're trying to have an open mind so they accept you into the next. That's where they got school. They took the graduating into the next realms and they put it to school. So they took your youth away, they took your early youth away where you should be learning, and they made you try to graduate just to be a person into a nothingness world. Instead of you searching for yourself like a spirit walker and then figuring out, hey, I got an open mind, I'm gonna get accepted to the next. Where they steal, that's where they call it steal your soul, trap you in hell. Hell's already here. Hell's already here. Heaven's in our mind. Heaven is what you make of your life, the positivity.
Well, the matter that you are won't matter. If you want to have it, you want to be greedy, you want to need, you want to steal, it don't matter. This matter is about to go bye-bye. Your body will disappear, but the energy, you will go where that energy carries you.
And then you will see,
or you will
see the people. Right. You'll see the people that in your next that got to the, in my opinion, you'll see the people in the next that were open-minded. We never know who was. So you get to see those people in the next, see you on the other side. Right?
Yeah.
First, this is the other side of awakening. And then once you awaken, you graduate to the other side to where you get to see what people are already there. I can't wait. I got so much talking to do, man.
Oh, I like this.
So that's my push. You know what I mean? Isn't that a positive push? Do you feel that inside?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Do you see what Authentic Push Max said? He says, I wonder if the creator even cares about the masses. Well, it doesn't. No, the creator doesn't know.
No.
But
The
yeah,
watchers are watching down.
Creator does know, because if we're talking about it, the creator knows. You see, creator knows all things. You are the creator. We are the creator. Subliminally, the deja vu moments or is what brings you back to the order in the first place.
Ping.
See, when you rise up in frequency, you'll know that that order was you. It was given only by you, yourself. Everything is self, completely. When you go to the bathroom, did God make you do it? When you masturbated, did he make you do it? When you went into the woods, who made you do it? Whose decision was it when you put your pants on this morning? God? Whose decision was it when you stepped on that bug or ate that food this morning, or ate that, or done this, or didn't do that, or you killed that child, or you raped that child, or you did this, or you took the child, you cut him up, you fed him to the world? Who stopped you? Did God stop you? No. No, he did not. Because it rains on the good and the bad. This is the balance of, and the balance within. This is a complete balance on the inward style, because the outward of what I'm seeing will go away. It has to, because they're not in sync or in tune with the world. They're two different combinations. I have an American combination and I have this Brazilian combination. And you know what? The languages are so far apart that they can't unlock each other. My language is different than theirs. They're stuck. I'm set. See? But in their mind, they're going to say they're set and I'm stuck. That's just the way that it works. It's the mirror effect. I saw something this morning, and I saw it. I saw a mirror effect of an individual in an act, and he was wearing his ring in the right hand. And I'm saying, why is he wearing his ring in the right? And it dawned on me. The way the cameras are set up, it has to be set up in a mirror effect of what it is that you are. He has to be wearing the left ring in the right hand when you look at him. It's the mirror effect, so that they can mindset you and implement the new programming that they have to pull you in and lure you into that act. So it turns into an inward act, consciously, using the frequency of curse, mixing Kundalini, Chi, monk, all of the religions that combined together, and they created this book called the New Religion, the old and the new, just so happens to be created our tools and past resets because of how the world was created. Of course, it's going to reset when it gets to its end of every time there's an upgrade. A computer resets, you know. Does anyone remember when an x86 PC, x86 PC was first created, how long it took for it to boot? And if you screwed up anything in programming, it halted. It stopped. How many times has this world halted and stopped? Many. How many times has that moon fell out of that sky over there? And I'm seeing the dents when it hit the ground. Because the moon is artificial. Just like the satellites that they've been building for ions. The satellites are your suns and moons that they can fake and create. That's how they torture you with time. You're a time machine. I am a time machine walking through time in my time, having the individual experience of resistance and the plus and minus that I choose of my own free will. Not one human being or scientist can stop me from having that feeling now. They can get rid of the body, but they cannot get rid of the new awareness that I have become. See? I have become what this world created me to be from day one.
Pure
Now,
wisdom.
Yes, bullshit.
Pure wisdom.
Yes.
That's why I feed off it. I always do.
And Matt, you're my brother, man. We all family here, and I don't talk just to hear myself speaking. And people seem to think that I'm trying to overtalk him. It's not that I'm trying to overtalk you. So I'm trying to beat the truth into you. That way, you don't use their predictive programming. It's so much of a habit for you all. I just want you to get out of it because I'm getting out of it. That's why when I saw that video this morning, that predictive programming hit me like a ton of bricks. It slapped the fuck out of me and woke me up. It's a mirror image of yourself. When you refrain from the news, refrain from looking at the weather because you're the ones creating it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Your subliminal energies are creating it when you make that decision in your mind. Oh, I hope it's not going to be a bad storm. And that's how they use your will to get it. Get yourself out of the cables, get yourself out of the networks as much as possible, and you'll see your life will change. Yes, we're still at computers. Yes, I've also proved that the phones are sending out subliminally messages. Did you see that, Matt, last night?
Mm-hmm.
The phones, when you first light them up, they're sending out subliminal messages. Keep them away from your face at least for 30 seconds.
Right.
Before you use it. Allow 30 seconds of time of that light. I'm going to do a demonstration. Record it and upload it and show you why. Because the two frequencies are communicating with each other off the top. So the frequencies of energy coming into my computer is actually upgrades. Upgrades for you, me, the world. I'm just recognizing them as upgrades and it become music to my ears. When I hear these upgrades, y'all hear them as computer. I hear it as sound. And the sound is so heavenly. I can't explain it. It's like I just can't explain it, but y'all hearing it. I had to see, I couldn't hear what y'all were hearing. Man, it sounds like a computer. Someone told me it sounded like a computer. I had to go back and listen. I had to carefully listen in order to hear it. I wasn't hearing that. I'm hearing music. I still hear music, but everyone else says they're hearing computer sounds. But yes, I can vaguely hear it if I tune into it, but my frequency got so high that I don't hear that no more. These kinetic energies are making music for me. They're upgrading me because I'm aware. They're aware that I'm aware. They're giving me my 2% that I've asked for because I'm born into it. We all are. If you just accept it, your free will, you'll be giving all the juices and energies and all the vitamins you need without taking them. Why else would my hair be turning the colors it turns and my skin color coming back if it wasn't the mindset to begin with? Even my water has changed its composition. When I grab my water, it's no longer the same water it was when I first took it out the ice box because I've changed it when I touched it. My frequency is now changing the water by hand, brother. You're that powerful. Your subliminal energies can change the composition of the water just by holding it. You see? I see the water as the living life that I am. I'm all of that because of this water that I hold, brother. The water is the most precious commodity this world has ever seen, and they can't look at it for what it is. They'd rather have a beer or a Coke. Man, I'm just going to turn up this bottle of water and in humbleness say, man, thank you all for listening to me.
I've seen Authentic Max.
So water.
Before time, I like to think of myself, I was in the creator's, his own laboratory, science project of his, where they got these, you know what I mean? Where you got to create create other worlds. So you got to create beings that are going to be able to function in these other worlds. So I think it's just like, how you put the first computer chip in a computer. You put that chip down and program it and see what happens. It's just, that's my point of view. Like in a video game, I'm in a video game, but I control this player. Nobody's got their buttons. Nobody's got a controller to my ass. I control this ass myself. I think that's why I didn't like video games.
You see, I always knew the phone was throwing out heat because I can feel it in my pocket. I've been telling, listen, let me just say this. I'm going to go ahead and be blunt and honest. Since these smartphones became smart, I've been feeling Even when the Nokia, I felt heat when I'd be on the phone with it in my ear. I felt heat in my pants, in my pocket, even when I wasn't on, or my phone just being near to my skin. It would burn me. It would leave me with third-degree burns on my leg for no reason.
Right.
I suddenly realized that my frequency was higher than the phone. That's why the phones blow up in your pockets, and you see, they'll short out. If your frequency is not of this phone, it will short out. Your energy will drain it. It will cause it to short. What's happening when that's why I can't put these phones in my pocket no more. My energy's then gotten so to the point that I can knock these phones out easily. So that's why I don't put them to my ear anymore, because my frequency is now beyond this stupid phone. And you know how high that frequency is already. I don't need to tell you. My computers are just of me. You see what happens when your mind gets in such a way, your computer does strange things. Things happen. Things happen because it's that sweet spot of the mind. It's like the sweet spot of the rocket. When it's up there in that air, you don't realize what speed it's achieving when it hits that speed that it hits. It's that sweet spot. The sweet spot where it sends that rocket into a time lapse, a time jump to try to stop what's coming, you see? That's why they keep shooting the rockets up. People don't see the picture. They don't want to know the expansion of what's happening, something else coming to bang against it, because it's not, you see, to understand how this world really works, it's the wobbling in the abyss. Sometimes they bump into other wobble. Well, and we're about to bump into another prism. And that's a problem. Because all we are is this abyss that's floating through the waters. Using kinetic, frequency, and gyro technologies, you see.
Hey, Ralph. Wow. They found me. Right on, brother. I'll come and say hi in a little while. The one and only Radical Ralph. Another wise old owl that I love listening to talk every day.
I don't, what does he talk about?
He still talks about just life, maybe a little bit of the government, this and that, gardening. He's just how an old fella should be. He's not too spiritual and all that. It's just down to earth.
Well, what's spiritual? That's a word. Spiritual ain't shit. You gone, brother. Your mouth, you're deleted. I don't hear you.
Oh, shoot. I got it bumped. Yeah. Won't talk the Bible and stuff like that. It's just gardening and just against the, always against the grain. And I love it.
Oh, well, yeah.
I love it.
Against the grain, it usually gets people. You know, I do that too. You know, when you go against their wording, fuck them.
Yeah. I think it's always.
That's what I'm here for. I'm here to disturb their world. I'm not here for shaking them the fuck up. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, Ralph can drop a link.
I want them to throw their verses at me so that I can take their energies. Because every time they show it and throw it in my face, man, I've got you. I'm scooping you up. I'm only draining you, getting back my energies that you don't deserve. Because every time you throw that code in my face, I open your ass up and I drain you.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Ralph usually does a live, or he just does live. He doesn't do StreamYard because he's had people bugging him on that, doing, coming on and doing flashing and stuff. So I don't know if that's why he doesn't do it. So, but
flashing. What are you talking about flashing?
Just coming on there and the guy's standing there naked. Shit, yeah.
I had that happen to me once. Somebody came on my live stream, man. Whoa.
I got to remember how to hit the.
Let me just tell you this. I know who did it. And he better be listening to me when I say this, because he is a he and a she, you see, because we all are. When you're an awakening one, you're an awakening. You have both sexes. One is shown and the other isn't. That's why one nut's up and one nut's down. But nobody pays attention. They only listen to what the doctors say. They don't listen to their own intuition. They don't even listen to their own. They listen to everyone else but what it is that they think. Use your own internal instinct, which is the gut. The gut always knows. It's always right. You know, if I use my gut, I never go wrong. There is no such thing as
Right.
Yeah.
the gut. The gut's always right. Now, why would that be? Because the world's connected to the gut. The gut is the battery. The world's charging you. The world is creation. The world has all the tools. All you have to do is access them.
Yeah.
And number one tool is the balance of the complete mind in the 7 fields. The 7 fields of the 7 boxes that holds all the seals, you see.
Right.
Where you at, Mac man?
Oh, sorry about that. I was just putting one of Ralph's videos in the chat,
Oh, okay.
and then that's just in case somebody wants to have. There's other people that go into his chat every morning. Stephanie and Tinfoot Hat Orchestra, and it's another place where at least 10 or 15 people meet during, like, after I'm done this. He goes past noon. He's in. I think he's in Portland or no, Maine. Yeah, he's in Maine. He's quite another redneckish bushman. That's why I love it. He tells stories about taking care of a wild, like camping sections and all that stuff way back.
Let me answer this question. Hey, Lala, I'm not thinking that I drain everyone. I'm draining everyone that uses book against me, including you. If you want to use the book against me, I'll drain you. Anytime you challenge me, come on, babe. I'm the awakening one. Come on with it. You know, I don't like you're out of here. See, I see you too. Okay, good.
Mm-mm.
You know, I don't.
No, she was saying that she's out of the books.
Well, I understand
That's that one.
Someone to challenge me. I'm not challenging nobody's energy. I'm just saying if someone comes to me and they open their book to me, I can take whatever it is I want. I am that.
Ooh, I like that, Authentic Max. The difference between intuition and instinct. Since I am not a scholar, I got my unprofessional view of instinct and intuition.
There you go.
Instinct is a reaction.
That's right. It's an interaction.
Yes. Intuition is your vision forward from the now and onward.
That's right.
That's where your input comes from. If you don't have no input or no intuition, you're not going to upload your brain. You're going to be stuck in a wall, hit a wall.
That's right.
So, and then you're going to have to trust your instinct, right? If as soon as you get stuck on that wall, you're going to have to trust your instincts to get through until you can get your intuition going again. That's your intuition means it's your true self pushing forward, no matter what happens in this world. It's your own true self, not just your eyeballs. It's your whole body, your heart out on your sleeve, just pushing forward, no matter what happens. Because it don't matter what happens. And that way, that's the only way you can have control of your life is to take over intuition. And that's what we start out with, pure intuition as an innocent child. Our eyes are open. We don't worry about nothing. It just happens for us. And once we try to make it happen, then we have to switch to our intuition. And that's when we want. That's when we start wanting cigarettes and all this other stuff to make us feel like we're in control. Like people will toy with that smoking, and they're like, "Oh, I don't smoke," and then to go 2 months and then they smoke again. That's so they can feel in control. They don't really want to smoke again. So, yeah. Thanks, colorblind. I would never say these words if I've never lived every emotion.
Yes.
I've been through everything you could possibly think of, my friends. My life, I've had nothing to lose. I've already realized there is nothing to lose except for your mind.
I gave up everything for awareness. I gave up women. I gave up cars. I gave up, I gave up everything. Just about. I mean, what else am I going to give up? Now I'm giving up the books.
All I want is
I just want
frequency and my cannabis. Like, frequency means it's unconditional love, respect, and equality. Straight out of me. That's how I live. I want to be treated like that, so I treat people like that.
Soon I'll be quitting cannabis, brother. I won't need it.
Well, if my pain stopped, I probably wouldn't even use it that much. So I know I love my open mind. Like when like it's the medicine we're supposed to use until we do not need it. Once you get that feeling, I think the more that I get enlightened, the less it really does to me, or the less I let it affect me. So the less I want to smoke. I used to smoke a lot. I've already smoked 2 grams today, but that's nothing.
Dude, you know, I'm probably down to about I've been re-rolling here lately. I don't think I'm going to buy anymore because I've just been taking a couple of puffs. I've been rolling a lot less, Matt. Have you noticed? I'm usually rolling one every 4 or 5 minutes now. I think I'm smoking maybe 3 a day now.
I know some nights when other people like night trains on there and stuff, I get carried away. That's when I get smoking more. He's got the, I do like doing the dabs. I just like doing shots, right? Doing shots of whiskey instead of drinking beer. So it's like instant, like pure, right? You're done then. But it just gets you. That's when I really get carried away. But I know that when I get back to work, I don't even think about it. I have my 1 in the morning, and I'm like, I kind of earn it. I can't wait to get that one after work, and then.
Yeah.
But
you know, I do have something to say about you.
Sure.
How come I don't get any of this you got?
I wish.
You wished.
That's why I had to get rid of most of my friends. You know what I mean?
I know.
No, I'm not saying like that.
I know. I know.
Just how my nature is. When I lived in my town, my small town,
right.
I always had a garage, drums, all the band stuff set up, a fridge full of beer, right? So I was party central. I've always had to be party central. I was programmed with party. Right, even when I didn't have a party house, I was like weaseling in on unemployment and to another person's house where 2 people lived, and then brought my drums and started it up there. I was just good at that shit, right? I've lived at like always at my grandmother's, like home base, I called it, and we like just we kind of weaseled in, to a place where without even paying, just having beer and. Drugs and stuff all the time. Like where regular people would have had to, pay their ass off to be there. I weaseled in and got myself rooms, like just natural, right, with my heart. Like we're supposed to be able to do. But that's why I call it. I weasel through life too. The less stress possible, man. I like to keep it simple.
Hey Matt, share the screen. I just had a hell of a vision, man. Either I'm hallucinating. Share the screen. I got to show you this. Not that one, the other one.
Oh.
I know it's down there in the bottom somewhere.
So what's?
I got a little too deep.
Oh, layout.
Yeah, no, it's the other element. There's another Anthony in there. Anyway, you don't got to do that. Look, I could just tell you. I was looking at this thing, and I kept looking at it, and well, anyway, it is what it is. The frequency of this mountain that we saw yesterday, it's that ain't it. That's you, Matt.
Oh.
We know who you are. Fucker.
Where did I hit?
I don't know. You're zoned again. It's in the bottom.
Is that it?
Nope.
I still have to touch you, but that's the one we want, right?
We want the one on the bottom where you let people in.
This one?
No, it's on the bottom down there. At the bottom, you see the one with the mountain.
Oh shit! Okay, yeah. Just give me a smack again.
I was looking at this. Remember when I said that these were pyramids? They are. Every one of them. There's diamonds, there's pyramids, there's circles, and there's squares. Look.
Oh yeah, that's what I was visioning.
But wait a
So
minute.
when these,
But let me finish.
yeah, I got it. Yeah.
This was breathing at me just now. It was breathing. I can
Yeah.
see the mountain breathing in and outwardly. I just had that vision. The world is telling me that a pyramid is the living pyramid. A pyramid is what created all this and all that. Pyramid of wisdom. Right here. This is what it's telling me. This is the pyramid of wisdom. I don't know what name of it is. I got to find out.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it just came into my head.
So, can you vision with intuition?
Yes.
Say an explosion or some kind of reset kind of event, and these pyramids popped or actually popped out, and then like erosion and natural degradation and whatever filled around them, and as the times went by, all these jewels and all this gold and shit has been pouring out of these tombs down the streams and into the fucking sides of the hills.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So where would all these trace mineral? You know how I'm always thinking, how did it get there, right? And then I thought they were going to say, oh, because of the Big Bang Theory. You know what I mean? It all came in.
And you want to know what they're pulling up out of the earth and what they're going deep in the earth for? The liquid gold. Because goop is liquid gold.
Because that would explain natural degradation.
This
How
is
sometimes you get
not just, this is not, their oil is the biggest fucking cover up that they ever told you. When them rigs are out there, they're pulling liquid gold. Ancient gold that was let me just say it bluntly without too much, I don't care. It doesn't matter. From the previous creation before that, there's so many creations before this that ain't even funny. The deeper you go, the more creations you find.
Mm-hmm.
You can go down to 17 miles. At the 17-mile marker, you will hit a certain kind of metal that you cannot penetrate. You can never penetrate this metal. It's
not the Earth engine.
It's not even an element known to this world or any world beyond. This element is a strange element. It is a element of mysticism and extreme knowledge. And we're getting down to the nitty gritty of that. Now, how big would you say this world actually is? It's much bigger than they'll tell you that it is. That's for sure. Because everything else is lies. Everything that you see is stage, as stage left. The act is of and in. Just like now, we're acting, whether you like it or not. This is the act within the main frame of virtual communication.
Mm-hmm.
Now that we can't be 6 foot apart, they put us together in these cubicles. They see what it is that you're doing. They see what it is that they're doing. Okay, they're busy enough. We can go ahead and do this, and we can do that, and we can take out this and take out that. Yeah. It's called balance control. You see, balance control is controlled by something else. If enough ruckus is put up during a catastrophe like this, which is not going to be, because it's going to be a reset. It has to be, because they have to get rid of the hard drives. Everything has to be chipped. It has to be a chip without moving parts. You see, we have to be reborn into something that has least and less moving parts, because the energy is running out. If you can see it from that point of view, they're going to have to either get out in time and go to another time, like they've been doing all along, called time travel. See, time travel. You're building these time machines since day one. Who builds them? Well, we did. We're the architects. See?
Did you see that?
I mean,
Authentic Max is the whole thing there. Shit. Sorry, brother.
He leaves a pyramid. That's a good one. Rodney Dangerfield had a joke. We call him Egypt because in every room he leaves a pyramid. You know what? That's a great thing.
I was trying not to laugh so hard.
That was good. I love it. But the pyramid.
I'm going to have to Taz off, guys.
Huh?
I'm going to have to Taz off now.
Okay, no problem, man. It's good to go away with a chuckle anyways,
No
huh?
wonder shit smells so bad. It's shaped like a pyramid. So you know,
Oh yeah, it's already 2 hours. That's
Power, doesn't
crazy.
got a lot of power. You walk around it. I bet you don't step in it. And unless you really in low frequency, you walk right on into it. Keep looking at that phone and walk into it.
Mhm.
See,
See you.
Have a good day, Scotty.
see, tomorrow. Love you, brother.
Yep.
All right, Scott.
Yeah, that's 2 hours already gone. Holy smokes.
20101.
Yeah, crazy. But it's nice that we're
22222 or what?
yeah, I'll do that.
I notice you've been doing your numbers 444-222-111. You know, I don't get into that. I you know, why try to do that? Let it do it naturally. If it lines up naturally, then the video is meant to be. If it doesn't, I don't even.
Yeah, sometimes it does.
I do it naturally. I let my open mind do. I just drop the video without judgment. Just let it go.
I did 3 videos in a row.
At it. I just skim through it. If it looks okay, I let it go.
Mhm. I did 3 videos in a row, all the same time. Didn't even realize it. Like 3 minutes 67 seconds or something. I was like, "What the fuck did I do? How did I do that?" Amazing. Like, I just see these different numbers, right? It just because I got the photographic memory,
Right.
right? So I got 911, which I always know it's supposed to be a negative number, so my mind just gets a clicker, right?
Right.
But my mind sees the 911 plus 11 people watching, so I see the 1111. My mind will click that. But
well, let me take.
yeah, I've always noticed the patterns, right? I don't talk the meaning behind it, but I just notice the patterns and stuff like that.
I'm gonna send you my channel analytics. I want you to look at the number and read what it says when I send it to you. Well, I can read it to you now. 1119. You just said that, and all my numbers say 111. Or let me just read them to you. I ain't gonna do all that. I'll just read them. Here's
There we go.
31 views, which is odd. I usually have an even number, and then I got another that's 223, and then 213, and then 102, and 111, 111, 133, and then it's ridiculous, but it is what it is. The numbers are lining; they're more sixes and threes and ones than the eights and the sevens. You know what I'm talking about? Eights, sevens. It's like something else is happening. Numbers are lining up. Numbers are not making sense. Some numbers aren't being used at all. It's like they're skipping over them. The figure 8, the 4. I'm having less like the 8 and the 4, the even numbers more. I'm getting all the other numbers more than anything else. The ones that we talk about, the 111, the 222, the 333, or the 369, the goose drank wine. What is wine? What is fine?
The perfect
Finish?
369 is a perfect triangle.
What does fine mean again? Someone said fine was finished.
Fine
Means finished.
Finished, taken down to its
almost
small, not smallest particle, but
taking it back down to its original state. That means it's finished. That means the body goes back and the energy goes to itself that you already are. Becoming aware that your energy and letting go of this body is the secret, brother.
Crowborn.
All this matter keeps you bound to it. So when they get ready to bury you, you wouldn't want to be in that casket, because when they put you in that granite and they wrap you in those shieldings, you can't get out. And when they cremate you, they do something. They'll take, I don't want to say too much because it'll get me a problem. But yeah, you got to be completely aware that you can leave this body on your own power. I would start practicing those procedures while you're alive. rather than waiting till the body shuts down. I don't want to call that dead. I want to call that shutting down.
Mm-hmm.
Because it does shut down like a computer once it has detected a special code. They call it the electromagnetic wave generator. If it detects that, it will shut down. You can't think that fast. It's not time. You see, when that stops, everything stops. Everything, including matter. So nanomachines is holding all this together. So why would they risk hitting everyone with electromagnetic wave? It doesn't make sense to me, but they will if they have to. And they're willing to risk it all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like this. These deep conversations expand my my meditation, right? So you and I, we could write quite a story. Like they would call it science fiction, but it'd be science real.
It's reality.
Right?
I mean, the mind is what controls all the visuals. You see,
Mm-hmm.
without their mind, they're nothing. These entities are nothing without your mind. I am all that I'll ever be. And for anyone to rise up against me will be endangering their own selves. They got to know this. I don't challenge anyone ever. Let's just keep that clear. I don't ever want to challenge anyone because it's not about challenging. It's about loving your brother and respect.
Connecting energy, yeah.
Respect it's earned.
That's my biggest one that I live by too.
You can't.
I'm not going to get respected unless I give is 100%.
I don't have to say sir to you. I don't have to look down to you. I don't have to look up. You're going to look eye to eye, level to level. And if you put yourself above me, well, then you made that mistake because the heart always knows. The chakras and the frequencies do not lie. The visuals show.
Mm-hmm.
And if you think that you might want to rise up against the world, I wouldn't want to be you. Because
right.
90% of the world would hold me together. And the 2% just allows me the connection to live in all this weather that they throw at me.
Yep.
They can huff, they can puff, but they cannot blow this door in.
They can't take your open-minded intuition away.
No.
Once you grab it up again, which is the reborn, whatever they want to put it. Like they can add it to a book, they can add it to anything, but it's all the main thing is becoming awake again. Right?
That's right, brother.
They steal it at your youth, and you got to bring it back before your life has to flash before your eyes before your battery discharges, right?
That's right.
You want to try to do that early as possible.
My heart right now is let me tell you how my heart feels in my chest. It feels solid. It's spinning. Something's spinning around my heart. I know it is. I can feel it because it's buzzing, but the buzzing is so fine. It's fine. It's not even a pulsation. It's just so smooth. That's how the upgrade has done me. It's no longer a buzzing bee. It's a smoothness to it now. The upgrades is working me like a bee. It's reducing the sounds. It's getting me calmer. And it can make me angry, just as angry. I see that too. But it's giving me a better vision of seeing what's good and what's bad entirely. It's giving me vision all around me now. It's allowing me to 360 view of myself and
There's
an inwardly view.
a good question right there. Any thoughts on these pyramids in the skies? Anthony going to like this one.
Yeah, I love it. I see them all the time, man. It's your family. They're observing you. Observe them. If you're seeing them, they know you will see them. They allow you to see them because of your mind. They allow that. They're not going to allow something. The world's not going to allow something so bad beyond your comprehension to open up to you that quickly. It will give you time. But if you're seeing that, you're seeing clear. You're seeing the vision for yourself. You're rising out of your bullshit frequencies.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations. That's how you see.
Yeah, Crowborn.
That encourages me to continue this that I am doing. I like that, man. Thank you, Kelly, for that. That tells me you're waking
Crowborn
up.
he's a trucker.
I'm sorry, Crow.
He's a trucker. He's a fellow Skywatcher.
I don't see that well.
Mm-hmm.
And I've turned off the other computer.
He's out trucking the highways. Out in the big rig.
Well, he observes, man. He can go everywhere. Shoot.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got a good view for me over there.
Wow. Send us some videos.
Yeah, we've been connected for about 5 years, I think. 5 years.
You got his number?
No, not that way, but just we had a big with Boogeyman channel. For like 2 years, we had hangouts and we had live streams.
Whatever happened?
And then something happened to Boogeyman. I think he went through his awakening and lost his go for. Now he just does what I do. The people who come to his channel, he's like, what does anybody want to talk about? Like, he was into the, breaking down the NASA stuff. And once he showed us the catwalk on the back of the moon. Oh, I wasn't going to say that, but he showed us a catwalk on the back of the moon with somebody there.
Yeah.
Somebody standing on it. And he just then he stopped. He was like, man, I can't even handle this no more. One time there was a demon, like a fallen angel. He was on through his telescope, and you could see the bushes, and then you could see the window in his house, and this fallen was staring him down. He said he started shaking.
Brother,
this entity was in his window, staring back at him. Right. So he got, I don't know if he got shook and just didn't want to do it no more, but the enlightenment was more like, you know what? I figured out what I need to figure out. And our group got broken up in Discord and nothing ever worked. And I can't remember what I think he still has the whatchamacallit, the internet channel. I can't remember what it was called now.
Well, let me tell you what happened to me when I first woke up, Matt. Fear hit him like it hit me. Man, when I first let me just say this. When I first saw the first thing that I saw when my eyes opened, Matt, you couldn't have handled this, brother. I know your heart, I know where you're at and your frequency, and brother, you wouldn't have handled this. This is something I don't want anyone. He showed us. Anyhow, go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
I was kind of thinking out loud when I seen about the catwalk.
Right.
For Authentic Max, I just seen the question, so my mind was just thinking out loud.
But that's the fakery.
Yeah, because that moon's not that high. This ain't the moon I grew up with. I tell you, and I'm honestly hard with you.
You see, my cousin works for NASA. My cousin works for NASA, and I questioned him one day, and we always had we're family. And I looked at him and I said, look, you're supposed to be my cousin. We're supposed to be family. And you say you don't ever lie to anyone. And I asked him, I said, hey, man, I sent him a picture of this halo behind the moon. I said, hey, what do you make of that? And when he came back with his answer, I says, cousin, I says, you're insulting my intelligence and my wisdom.
Right.
And I told him, he says, oh, man, you don't know what you're talking about. I said, well, you just placed a barrier between you and me forever. He's no longer family. None of them are. I rebuke them all because they lied to me. My own family lied to me. They work for NASA and they lied to me.
I could see the moon lighting up clouds behind it. They were lighting up. That's when I first was like, what the fuck?
NASA
That's lighting up clouds behind it.
NASA is Lockheed Martin. NASA is St. Paul. NASA is Trump. NASA is the fifth kind. NASA is bullshit.
Right. Boogeyman captured the glitch in the sky too. He captured a grid.
Right.
He was driving. I think he was going down a hill, and he thinks it might have found like the space elevator, how it's hidden. Like there's so much different stuff. Yeah. So you see that too? Last night, remember I was on your live stream, Anthony?
Yeah.
And the moon, it came up and it had a halo around it.
That's right.
I was just like, what?
The halo
What the
is just the firmament behind it reflecting back because it's so low.
Mm-hmm.
Skies are, the Lion's Gate keeps dropping down. Every day that passes, the Lion Gate is falling.
Yeah, I
call
remember.
this the two cherubim in between. You see the way this is the quantum selection. This is what they're doing. You see, everything is CERN and HARP. Everything's connected, giving you these visuals so that they can mind your business with their thought of programming. And all this that you're looking at is just a replay. This world had already been gone long ago. They're just replaying it now.
Mm-hmm.
So you're only having the experience of what once was.
Right. The original moon, because I paid attention when I was growing up. It was always the same yellow, and it moonbeamed into your eyes. It made your eyes glow. It just didn't light up the ground. It actually made your eyes glow. You could feel the glow like the sun used to do it. When the sun used to soak, and you could feel it coming into you instead of burning you. I don't know if it's because I'm so sensitive. I'll think authentic about a lot of my stuff was removed. I lost like 15 gigabytes of fucking videos at one time, man. Before I understood what was going on, I wondered why they were gone, right?
Yeah.
But I have one where I have a moon and you can see just the beam of light coming down, right? Or then you get the one that's like the light bulb, right? Like the bright light that shines the parking lot. But you can capture the same rainbow, and that's what I'll make a video for it. You can capture the same rainbow colors coming off the moon as you can the sun, which, you know what I mean? It's fucking weird shit. It's weird.
I've got some videos I'm sitting on that I took last year, brother, that look wild. Let me just say this.
Mm-hmm.
I can't get it off the camera. It's on an old Sony that I have, and I've been looking for special cables to be able to transfer it. But the moon's so big, and I got great detail because these cameras don't have the. These cameras are 20, 30 years old, and some of them are 4K camera before 4K was even here, and they don't have the shading, the upgrades that's been given since then. And they see differently than you and I, that we're seeing right now in the real world. Because when you invert the eyes, when you unfocus them, you begin to see beyond that, you see. But the cameras are picking up the green screens, is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
You can barely see it, but it's, yeah.
Did I read that wrong?
What?
Oh.
What the fuck?
Colorblind said Shikun hunted under a different moon 40 years ago. Yeah, but then I just see, I didn't understand what Camel Masso bet. So, whoa, man, racism not cool.
No.
I didn't know if you were going that way, but
what's racism?
I didn't know because of how we call the color. I don't know if how that's going because my.
Crack again. Oh, he does that. Look at crack again, guy. Great. I'm happy with the outcome that I am. I wouldn't go back for anything. Welcome back, brother. I wouldn't go back to the way I was for anything. Change was worth it. All that I gave up for this awareness is magnificent in its own right. Well, brother, I'm gonna see you later. You have a good one. You're gonna be here. You're gonna talk to your people in the chat for the last 2 minutes. I'll let you do that. Have a good one, Matt Man. Hello. Oh, you froze? He's froze again. You wait for him. I think he froze up or his phone died. Do the wolves howl to the fake moon? Just a question. Not trying to do this, you guys, or anything. Do the wolves howl to the fake moon? If the wolves or yes, they can howl to a fake moon because they see the vision of the frequency. The frequency would be the same because they would see it. Dogs see frequencies. Yes. Yes, they would. The answer is yes. A false moon can make a wolf howl. Just as a false flag or a false individual trying to be something he's not. I was born a man, but I want to be a woman. Well, you don't have the credentials, so you need to do the man thing. Well, I don't want to. I want to do this. Well, sorry, but that's natural selection. You need to do the man thing, but people don't want to do that. They want to become the woman thing because it is freedom of choice. It always was. Welcome back, Matt.
Yeah, I had to go on whatchamacallit for a minute here on data. But yeah, we'll be back tomorrow, guys.
All right.
It's going to be 2:22 here in a minute, but
have a good one.
If I don't get a job, we'll keep this on a roll every morning and teach spiritual enlightenment without a book. Okay? Everybody have a good day. Thank you for coming.
Cheers.
I'll see you tomorrow.
All right.
Okay. Lots of love, everybody.